Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad that you decided to tune in. We have a very, very, very special guest. Hey, the Dodgers' #1 draft pick from this last draft in 2023, KendallGeorge, Mr. Electric, joins Dodgers Daily. So, hey, Kendall, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you guys for having me.
So, do you like being known as Kendall or Kenny?
I go by Kendall, Kenny, KG, whatever people want to call me. I'm not too big on either one. Those are just names people call me. So
you can already tell the humbleness. It's kind of interesting. I was talking to your hitting coach, Dylan Nishotka, just a little bit ago, and we were talking about you, and he thought it was really ironic that you're from Humble, Texas. You went to Atascocita High School, very familiar with that area, kind of the Houston area, a little bit south of there, and the Friendswood and League City. That's just elite baseball down there. But he found it ironic that you're from Humble, Texas, and you're such a humble human being. So that was really good. So Dylan Nishotka, talk about him, talk about the work that you guys did once that you got into with the Dodgers.
When I got down there in Rancho, is when I met Dylan. He's a great guy. When it comes to my swing and stuff, he didn't really mess with it much. Especially since it was working at the time. So, he was always just a great guy to be around, always on top of it, just giving all the feedback and all the information we need on every picture of every game. He was a great guy for sure.
We're going to cover your entire story, but, hey, I want to dive right in. Got to know all about the walk-off, stolen home. You stole home plate for a walk-off. Got to know all about that. That had been cool.
Oh, yeah. So I actually didn't even play that game. I was an off day for me. And then when the 7th inning or the 9th inning came around, they needed me to run. So I'm pretty sure I started on second base maybe. And I don't know how I got to third, but we had I forgot who was on first base, but we had him still second, and then they actually threw the ball down. I'm not sure why. And then I took off. It was a bang play. I kind of took off late, but it was a pretty cool moment, especially since I just came off the bench. I was just watching the game that day. I didn't expect to be playing at all, so it was a pretty cool moment.
The old first and third play, I bet you ran that a million times there at Atascocita, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty familiar with that. Okay, and another one. I'm not quite sure that was your most impressive base running feat this year. Rumor has it is you scored from first to home on a ball that the batter runner barely made it to second base on. Can you describe that one?
I think that's pretty normal for me. Just as long as I get a good jump off the ball and see it down, I'm usually going to go first to home on a ball that's a double for the hitter. So, it's something I do pretty often. I don't really need to be on second base to be in scoring position. I feel like I'm in scoring position at first base. So, just one of the ways I like to use my tools and my elite speed. So
you mentioned the elite speed. I think it's 120 grade on an 80 grade scale. You're as fast as they can possibly come. So, hey, there's one thing about having elite speed. It's another about being a great base runner. Has there been anything you've had to learn since you become a professional to actually make that speed translate in a game?
Yeah, for sure. There's always something you can learn and get better at. Base stealing is something that I'm still learning and getting better at to this day. I feel like in high school I wasn't a very polished base stealer. And when I got into pro ball, it kind of showed a little bit because I wasn't really picking up on cues as well. And I was getting thrown out a little bit. But then I started diving into really doing my research on pitchers, taking my time before games and really dissecting their film, seeing what moves first or what's their timing here, or do they have any tips to when they're about to go to the plate. So just stuff like that, and just being able to take in information from the guys that know a lot about base running, know a lot about stealing bags. Really, that's really been it. I still have a lot to learn, but I feel like in the short time that I was there, I did learn a lot about base running.
Do you have a certain set of rules whenever you're stealing bases, or is it pitcher by pitcher?
It's definitely pitcher by pitcher now. just because every pitch is a little bit different. Everyone has a different starting point, so it's definitely a little different for me now, like pitcher by pitcher.
So what were your expectations going into the draft? Obviously, being the number one draft pick for an organization like the Dodgers is incredible. Did you expect that, and what was it like when it happened?
Well, I originally I found out the day before that the Dodgers were going to pick me. So the day of the draft, I knew I was going to be a Dodger by the end of the day. I wasn't exactly sure if it was going to be the first pick or the second pick. And then when pick 36 came around, they ended up choosing me. So, I mean, it was definitely a big moment for me and my family. Even though we knew the day before that I was going to be a Dodger, we didn't know if I was going to be a first rounder or a second rounder. So just to be a first rounder, I feel like, it kind of carries like a little extra weight with it. I feel like it kind of puts more weight on my shoulders. But at the end of the day, I mean, I still feel like the same guy from high school. Nothing's really changed for me. I still feel like a high school kid, just living my dream. So,
one of the pitchers that the Dodgers actually traded last year, Lyle Lockhart Jr., he's from Friendswood. He actually went to Arkansas senior year, super senior year. His brother Kyle was at Friendswood this year and is committed to OU. Did you get to face him any?
I didn't get to face him. Like, I know he could pitch a little bit, but I actually do know him. He used to play for Texas 12. That was the organization that I played with in travel ball. So I did know him. And we did play Friendswood this past year. And we actually tied with them. It was a really good game, actually.
You had a tie?
Yeah, it was in a tournament. So, like,
oh, okay.
They didn't want to, like, go to extras, but, I mean, we definitely should have won. We hit, like, 3 home runs that game, and it was crazy. It was definitely a really good game.
You committed to Arkansas, man. I've been to Baum Stadium like a million different times. I've been in that pitching training facility. Of course, you're not a pitcher, but the entire thing, of course. And then I actually haven't been there since they built all those buildings there behind right field. That place is insane, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's top of the notch. Like, it's arguably the best in college baseball for sure. And it's definitely a great environment to be in, great place to play. It would have been a great opportunity to play there for sure. It was hard to take away from that.
Yeah, no doubt. Of course, you have a chance to go to Arkansas, maybe the premier, program in all of the United States when you take into account the facilities and Dave Van Horn, just an elite coach, and the success they've had. Then you get drafted by the Dodgers as the number one draft pick, so in a lot of ways, hey, Arkansas is probably going to have better facilities than some of the minor league places that you're going to play at. You're going to have elite coaching. So, hey, number one draft pick, that's obviously almost impossible to turn down. But was there any decision there at all?
No, it wasn't. I mean, this has always been like a dream for me since a very young age. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me to just, say yes. I mean, I feel like there was really like no downside to it. You still get the education if it's wanted. That's always there. And I'm just out there living my dream. So I feel like there was no wrong I could do by saying yes to going to play professional baseball.
You've had some really cool experiences in your playing career. Obviously, already you've been on travel teams and you've played many different places. I'm sure none cooler than playing on Team USA 18U. Tell us all about that.
Oh man, it was an unbelievable experience for sure. Just the coaching staff and just learning about the culture of America, meeting veterans, and then in the end winning a gold medal. I mean, that was just the icing on the cake, but just the whole experience in itself was just something that's really like once in a lifetime for sure. I've never felt like that kind of joy putting on a jersey and representing my country. So, I mean, it's definitely on a pedestal for me for sure.
Awesome. Hey, let's take you back to your time at Atascocita. You're an all-stater both as a junior and a senior. You mentioned that, hey, you weren't a polished base stealer. You stole 32 bases in 40 games. I'd say that's pretty polished in your last year there. And you made a grand total defensively of 1 error. That's it. So, hey, talk about your time there back in high school.
I had a great time playing high school baseball. Just the people there, they're like family to me. So playing high school baseball there, it was Oh, I mean, I really enjoyed the time there. Just especially as my senior year, I definitely say that was my best year. And it was probably the most fun I had playing high school baseball for sure. Just being out there, just trying to be able to, pass out some information to the younger guys and really be a leader for those guys, and see how far we could go in the playoffs. I mean, we're usually a pretty competitive team, and last year it was kind of a down year. We were kind of a younger team, so I really had to step up and be kind of like a mentor for those guys. So I feel like I played a big role for those guys last year, and even now I still come around, see how they're doing. It's like a big family down there. You know, they do things the right way for sure.
Okay, so we always see the program heights and the program weights. How tall are you? How much do you weigh?
I'm 5'10". I'm usually like 170, like 170 to 175. Like it kind of ranges, but I'm 5'10", usually like 170, 175, something like that.
What's the goal weight wise? What do you, when you become a major leaguer someday?
I'm trying to come back 180 for spring training. So
tell us what type of offensive player you are. We know you have the 80 grade speed. We know you have great bat to ball skills, but if you could describe the type of offensive player you are now and the type of player that you want to be when you reach LA, what would that be?
I feel like right now I'm like a spark plug kind of guy. I feel like everyone feeds off my energy, just by getting on base. I mean, when I get on base, I kind of create havoc. So just being a guy, I'm a real big on base percentage guy. Like I'll take my walks, a very small strike zone, just very disciplined player. And the kind of guy I want to be, I mean, I feel like me right now with just a little bit more power. I feel like guys like me, they will be kind of lax, and it kind of get overlooked a little bit. But I feel like now with the new rules, guys like me are coming back and being more useful than ever. So I feel like, to any player out there, just really work on bat to ball skill. I mean, it gets you a long way.
Yeah, talking about that power potential, do you see yourself? Have you sat down or with the Dodgers or with yourself and discussed at all, hey, maybe what your power potential may be someday?
Not really. It's not really something I focus on. I feel like as of now, I'm still maturing. I mean, I'm only 19, so I still have a lot of just maturing in my body, like just over time. So I feel like I'll worry about that when that comes around. But I feel like as of now, just staying true to who I am and staying true to the player that I've been, I feel like it's going to work. So I feel like the power is going to come eventually, but just making sure that I remember who I am and keep my identity, that's what really matters the most.
You hit 381 with Rancho. First of all, I don't even think the Dodgers had you scheduled to make it to Rancho. I said several different times, even on my draft show, hey, he's going to be at the complex, probably start 2024 in the complex. But you hit the ground running so well, you hit your way all the way to Rancho. Then when you got to Rancho, you hit 381. Your on-base percentage was well over 400. So what had you so prepared to hit the ground running like that?
I feel like I still have a lot to prove. I feel like there's a lot of people that doubted me. I feel like the Dodgers made the wrong decision. But I feel like there was no better landing spot for me. The development at the Dodgers, and just the staff, they're amazing people. But I feel like I was kind of always prepared for this moment. My track record, just dating back to high school, I mean, everywhere I went, I hit. People may not think it's hitting because, ground ball here or there, but I mean, it's a hit. I mean, it's a hit. So, a lot of people can't do it. So, just taking advantage of my skill set and really maximizing my potential. I feel like that's why I went out there and performed so well. Just trying to be, just not trying to be anybody else. Just trying to be myself out there, and just sticking to that. I mean, it's always worked and it's still working now. So
okay, so you can tell just listening to Kendall, Kenny, whatever you want to call him, the humbleness combined with the confidence. So how do you get that confidence while staying humble and not be arrogant about it? How does that happen? You just have a perfect mix with that.
You just got to always realize the position that you're in, and be grateful for every moment. Opportunities like this don't come for everybody. So, just being grateful for all the opportunities that I've received and all the opportunities in the future. I feel like that's where the humbleness comes. But, at the same time, you have to be confident in your abilities while also being professional. So I feel like I have a good mix of that.
You do.
I feel like karma's real. So, being too arrogant, and, kind of like boasting and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like it comes back to get you in the long run. So just staying humble while being confident in your abilities, I feel like it'll get you a long way.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Okay. So, hey, was there any one particular player that you modeled yourself after?
I don't think so. I mean, like I had players I liked, but like I feel like growing up, I didn't really model my game after anybody. I just kind of went out there and played. So, I mean.
All right. Hey, you ready to answer some fun questions, get to know you a little bit better?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, other than stealing home, what was the coolest thing you've done in practice or in a game?
Like ever?
Yeah, ever. Yeah, absolutely. Any sport.
I don't know how old I was, but I like hit like almost like a full court shot in basketball.
Oh,
I had to
in a
be pretty
game?
young. Yeah, in a game. It was pretty crazy.
Almost a full. That is crazy. That's awesome. It's always cool when it's the other sport too. It almost seems like it matters more, right?
Oh man. Yeah, but thank God I did not choose basketball.
You couldn't shoot a basketball, is that what you said?
No, I'm just thank God I just didn't choose basketball. I'm way too short to play basketball.
Did you play in high school?
Oh no.
No. Okay.
I've stopped playing basketball when I was like.
Coach couldn't get you out there to play some defense?
No, they tried to get me out there to play some football. They got me to run track my freshman year, but after that, I was just done. I couldn't do it anymore.
That football hurts, man.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. If you could have any superpower, of course, some people would say having 80 grade speed the way you do would be a superpower. But if you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
I'd probably say like telekinesis. So like I know if someone's like lying to me or not, I can like read someone's mind and like see if they're lying to me, like or telling the truth, or see if they're hiding something.
Wow. So like every time you strike out and you go back to the dugout and your manager goes, "Hey, you're all right, man." You go, "Hey, hold on. No, you're lying. No, I'm not."
Yeah.
That would be fantastic, right? Okay. What's the funniest thing that has happened to you lately?
Probably when I was in instructs, I was at the bank paying for my car, and
Oh my gosh.
I got asked to sign an autograph
At the bank?
at the bank by the security cop. It was crazy, but it was pretty funny.
Did you ask him his name?
I didn't.
Oh, okay. So you got to learn that. Hey, what's your name? So that you can write their first name, right? That kind of thing. Okay. Not that I would know because nobody's ever asked me for my autograph, but there you go. So take that for what it's worth. Okay. If you could perform with any musician, what musician would you perform with and why?
Probably Drake, just because Drake's just great. I mean, I love his music, so I mean, I think that would be pretty cool to perform with him.
So you're going to get on there and perform some Drake music, or are you going to bring him some new stuff?
Probably perform some Drake music.
All right. Nice. Okay. What celebrity would you like to have dinner with and why?
I'm not sure.
I know you're from the Houston area, so don't say anybody from the Astros.
I'm not like a big celebrity guy. Maybe Jackie Robinson.
Oh, wow.
Is he kind of a
Wow,
celebrity?
really? That's a great answer, Kendall. That is a wonderful answer. Fantastic.
Yeah, I think
Number
so.
42. I love it. Okay, what is your most unusual talent? Than making shots from full court.
I don't really have many other things that I'm like really talented at. Like actually, it's kind of like the opposite. I'm like really bad at a lot of other sports. Like I'm trying to learn golf right now. Like it's fun to go out and golf, but I'm just really bad at it. So I mean, eventually I'll be really good at golf. But
Left-handed swing golf-wise?
oh yeah, but like everything else, I'm like right-handed. Like I'm actually right-handed. I'm not left-handed.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So how'd you end up hitting left-handed?
I don't know. I guess like My dad just made me a lefty or something.
Nice.
I'm not actually left-handed.
Awesome. Very nice. Hey, KendallGeorge, I know you are super busy. You're just a big-time family person, and this is the time of year where your family actually gets to see you. And so, hey, this is very precious of you to spend some time letting Dodgers fans get to know you a little bit better here on Dodgers Daily. So I'm going to let you go and let you get back to your family and your very busy life. So thank you so much, and hopefully this isn't the last time we talk.
Oh, for sure. Thank you for having me.